Welcome to the Inspiring Welsh Schools podcast, a company led by teachers and inspiring the future. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. The more teachers we reach, the more we can share strategies, reflections, and ideas that make our schools stronger. Before we dive into today's topic, a big thank you to our sponsor, www.soccersquad.uk. They offer football coaching for boys and girls aged 6 to 12 years old in Llandaff North, Cardiff, every Monday and Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Their sessions are structured, fun, and focused on teamwork, skill development, and confidence building, the kind of skills that complement school learning perfectly. Check them out today. Use the discount code IWSPodcast for a £5 discount each month. Today's episode explores how society impacts teachers and teaching in schools, and how this has changed over the past 20 years. It's a topic that touches every part of school life: curriculum, behavior, parental engagement, mental health, workload, diversity, technology, and community expectations. Let's start with a comparison. 20 years ago, classrooms were simpler in many ways. Teachers focused on delivering curriculum content, managing behavior with relatively predictable strategies, and reporting academic progress mainly through summative assessments. Technology was limited, maybe a computer suite or an occasional projector. Parental involvement was modest, often limited to annual meetings or informal conversations. Societal expectations focused largely on academic outcomes. Fast forward to 2025, and the landscape is very different. Pupils arrive with diverse experiences shaped by digital media, social networks, global awareness, and complex family structures. Teachers are expected to navigate mental health challenges, cultural and linguistic diversity, economic pressures, parental expectations, and curriculum reforms, all at once. Schools are now expected to support not just learning, but emotional well-being, resilience, digital literacy, social skills, and citizenship. Let's break this down with parental expectations. In 2005, parents largely trusted teachers to manage learning and report progress periodically. Today, parents are highly informed and proactive. They expect detailed updates, evidence of learning, and guidance on how to support their child at home. This can be both positive and challenging for teachers. Consider a Year 4 classroom. 2 decades ago, a parent might ask, "How is my child doing in reading?" Today, they might ask for phonics progress, reading fluency, comprehension strategies, and evidence of improvement in writing. They may want digital portfolios, assessment breakdowns, and homework strategies. Teachers must balance these expectations while maintaining focus on teaching, planning, and well-being. The rise of digital communication has amplified these expectations. Emails, messaging apps, and online portals create constant channels of communication. Teachers respond professionally, but boundaries are essential. A parent checking homework progress at 8 p.m. might be well-meaning, but teachers must manage their time effectively to avoid burnout. Mental health and well-being is another societal factor that has dramatically changed in 20 years. In 2005, mental health was less openly discussed. Today, awareness has increased, and teachers are expected to support pupils' emotional well-being alongside academic learning. Anxiety, social pressures, and trauma are now common considerations in lesson planning and classroom management. In practice, a Year 5 numeracy lesson might see a pupil struggling to concentrate because of worry at home. The teacher adjusts by offering a quiet space, pairing the pupil with a supportive peer, or modifying tasks. These interventions require constant observation, empathy, and adaptability, skills that were less formally expected 2 decades ago. Teachers also support preventative well-being strategies. Mindfulness exercises, structured reflection, and social-emotional learning are now integral. Teachers help pupils recognize emotions, develop coping strategies, and build resilience. This focus on well-being ensures pupils are ready to learn and engage, creating more effective classroom environments. Technology is another major societal shift. In 2005, computers were often limited to a small suite, and lessons were largely offline. Today, pupils are digital natives. Tablets, interactive whiteboards, coding platforms, and online research are integrated into daily learning. Teachers must ensure technology is a tool for engagement and skill building, not distraction. For example, a Year 6 science project might involve pupils using tablets to collect and analyze data, then presenting findings digitally. Some pupils navigate these tools intuitively, others require scaffolding. Teachers differentiate not just academically, but digitally, a new dimension of teaching responsibility shaped by societal change. Economic pressures also shape teaching. 20 years ago, differences in pupil resources existed, but planning rarely accounted for extreme variations. Today, socioeconomic disparities can be pronounced. Some pupils have access to private tuition, extensive home learning, or enrichment opportunities. Others may lack books, internet access, or basic school supplies. Teachers must scaffold learning, provide resources, and ensure equitable opportunities. Cultural and linguistic diversity has increased as well. Classrooms are more multicultural and multilingual than ever. Teachers support EAL learners, incorporate inclusive resources, and adapt teaching strategies to ensure engagement. For instance, in a Year 3 literacy lesson, some pupils may require bilingual support, visual prompts, or scaffolded instruction. Behavior management has evolved too. Societal attitudes toward discipline, social-emotional learning, and restorative practices have shifted. Teachers now focus on proactive strategies, modeling self-regulation, and fostering resilience. Eston findings highlight that effective behavior management involves structured routines, positive reinforcement, and reflection, very different from the more punitive approaches common 2 decades ago. Curriculum and assessment pressures have grown. 20 years ago, subjects were siloed, and assessment was mainly summative. Today, cross-curricular learning, skills-based outcomes, and formative assessment are expected. Teachers continuously monitor learning, record progress digitally, and provide personalized interventions. Society expects evidence of skill development, reflection, and meaningful learning. Teacher workload and well-being are significantly affected. Planning differentiated lessons. Integrating technology, monitoring mental health, communicating with parents, and professional development all compete with teaching time. Eston reports indicate that workload and accountability pressures are primary contributors to teacher stress and burnout. Yet societal changes also bring positives. Awareness of mental health, inclusion, diversity, and digital skills enrich learning. Pupils develop empathy, resilience, and collaboration, and teachers broaden their expertise, adapting pedagogy to contemporary needs. For example, in a Year 5 classroom project on climate change, pupils collaborate digitally, research online present findings, and reflect on outcomes. Some pupils require printed resources or guided scaffolding. The teacher balances classroom management, differentiated support, pastoral care, and assessment. This complexity reflects societal expectations but enriches learning experiences. Over the past 20 years, teaching has become more complex and demanding but also more impactful. Teachers now serve as educators, well-being facilitators, digital mentors, and cultural guides. Classrooms have become microcosms of society, reflecting its diversity, challenges, and opportunities. Pause in reception classrooms. The societal changes we've discussed are immediately visible. Pupils arrive with a wide range of experiences. Some have engaged with books, structured play, and early literacy activities at home. Others may have limited exposure to language-rich environments. Teachers must adapt their teaching to ensure all children have meaningful learning opportunities. Consider a morning phonics session. Some children already recognize letters and can blend sounds confidently. Others need repeated modeling and visual cues. The teacher circulates, observing, prompting, and noting progress in learning journals or digital portfolios. Societal differences in home literacy experiences are evident here, and teachers respond with differentiation, small group support, and guided practice. Behavior management in reception is also influenced by society. Pupils are learning routines, sharing, and turn-taking. Teachers use positive reinforcement and visual prompts to support self-regulation. For example, a child who helps a peer is immediately praised, reinforcing the value of cooperation. Teachers also observe how pupils respond to societal norms. Some children may be more accustomed to structured routines at home, while others require additional guidance. Moving into Year 1, societal pressures manifest in parental engagement and homework expectations. Parents today often request detailed feedback on reading, numeracy, and behavior. Teachers provide updates through digital platforms, emails, and face-to-face meetings. Some parents may even supplement learning with home tasks or apps, while others are less able to provide support. Teachers must balance these varying circumstances to ensure equity. In literacy lessons, pupils work in guided reading groups. Some decode words fluently, others need repeated support. Teachers note progress, adapting instruction to meet the needs of each child. Technology is often incorporated: phonics apps, interactive whiteboard exercises, or digital storytelling. Pupils who have access to digital tools at home may navigate these activities more confidently, while others require scaffolding. Year 2 classrooms continue to reflect societal influences. Pupils' experiences of diversity, technology, and parental support are apparent in collaborative activities, group discussions, and independent tasks. For instance, in a mathematics session on multiplication, some pupils may use manipulatives, others rely on mental strategies. The teacher observes, intervenes, and records progress. Digital assessment tools can capture real-time understanding. Getting differentiated instruction. Social-emotional development is another area where society shapes learning. Pupils are developing self-regulation, empathy, and teamwork. Teachers provide opportunities for reflection, asking pupils how they managed challenges, what strategies worked, and how they can support peers. Societal pressures, including family circumstances and social media influences, impact how children engage with these activities. By year 3, pupils are expected to be more independent. Teachers notice differences in resilience, prior experiences, and engagement. Literacy lessons may involve planning stories, exploring character development, or analyzing texts. Pupils work collaboratively or independently, with the teacher monitoring understanding and providing formative feedback. Societal factors such as parental encouragement, digital access, and exposure to language-rich environments affect confidence and progress. Mathematics instruction at this stage emphasizes reasoning and problem-solving. Pupils may be asked to explain their thinking verbally or in writing. Teachers record responses and plan interventions. The use of technology, such as online math platforms, allows teachers to track understanding and identify gaps. Pupils with limited digital exposure at home may require additional support. Science and topic work in Year 3 also reflects societal influences. Pupils research local ecosystems, design simple experiments, or study historical events. Teachers scaffold learning initially and gradually release responsibility, encouraging initiative and independent thinking. The classroom becomes a space where societal diversity, prior experiences, and access to resources shape engagement and outcomes. In Year 4, societal expectations around challenge and independence are more pronounced. Pupils are expected to manage multi-step tasks, reflect on learning, and engage in critical thinking. Literacy lessons include persuasive writing and comprehension analysis. Teachers scaffold learning, provide formative feedback, and encourage self-reflection. Pupils' experiences outside school, access to reading materials, cultural exposure, and digital tools influence confidence and performance. Mathematics lessons involve complex word problems, fractions, and decimals. Pupils are grouped flexibly according to ability, but everyone is encouraged to operate within their learning sweet spot. Tasks are neither too easy nor too hard, just challenging enough to promote growth. Teachers constantly observe, adjust scaffolding, and provide extension tasks for advanced learners. Science, design, and geography lessons in Year 4 integrate technology and collaboration. Pupils plan experiments, record observations digitally, and present findings. Teachers support independent learning while managing classroom dynamics. Societal factors, including parental involvement and access to digital resources, affect how pupils engage and perform. Year 5 classrooms exemplify the intersection of societal pressures, challenge, and independence. Literacy lessons may involve research projects or extended writing tasks. Pupils plan, organize, and manage their own work. Some thrive with independent tasks, while others require structured guidance. Teachers balance challenge, support, and assessment to ensure equitable learning. Mathematics instruction emphasizes problem-solving, reasoning, and real-world applications. Pupils work in groups, explaining strategies and reflecting on mistakes. Teachers observe social dynamics, engagement, and skill acquisition. Societal differences, home support, access to technology, prior experiences, influence confidence and progress. Science and topic work in Year 5 often involve research and digital collaboration. Pupils use tablets to collect data, analyze trends, and present findings. Teachers scaffold tasks as needed and capture evidence for formative assessment. Pupils with less access to technology at home may require additional instruction, demonstrating how societal factors impact teaching and learning. Year 6 represents the culmination of primary education. Pupils are expected to demonstrate independence, resilience, and transferable skills. Literacy lessons involve extended writing, comprehension analysis, and research. Pupils manage multi-step projects, reflect on learning, and engage in peer feedback. Teachers support, guide, and assess progress, noting how societal factors, home environment, parental support, mental health, and digital access influence outcomes. Mathematics instruction in Year 6 focuses on multi-step reasoning, problem-solving, and application across contexts. Teachers differentiate instruction, scaffold learning, and provide extension tasks. Pupils operate in their learning sweet spot, balancing challenge and support. Observing engagement and responses allows teachers to adjust instruction in real time. Behavior and social-emotional learning remain critical in Year 6. Teachers encourage self-regulation, collaboration, and resilience. Pupils reflect on successes, setbacks, and strategies for improvement. Societal influences, exposure to digital media, family dynamics, peer pressures affect behavior and engagement. teachers respond with consistency, empathy, and proactive support. Across all year groups, teacher workload and well-being are impacted by societal changes. Planning differentiated lessons, integrating technology, monitoring mental health, communicating with parents, and recording assessment evidence compete with classroom teaching. Eston and research studies indicate that these pressures contribute to stress and burnout. Supportive school structures, collaboration, and realistic expectations help mitigate these pressures. Despite challenges, societal changes also bring opportunities. Pupils have greater access to digital tools, diverse learning experiences, and cultural resources. Teachers develop new skills, adapt pedagogy, and foster resilience, collaboration, and critical thinking. Classrooms today are enriched, reflecting the complexity, diversity, and demands of modern society. Pause as we wrap up today's discussion. It's worth reflecting on the journey teachers navigate every day. Society has changed dramatically over the past 20 years, and with it, the role of a teacher has expanded. Classrooms are no longer just places of academic instruction. They are vibrant spaces where pupils' emotional, social, cultural, and digital development all intersect. Teachers now balance multiple responsibilities. They are educators, mentors, emotional supports, digital guides, and cultural facilitators. Each day, they respond to diverse needs, differentiate learning, and ensure every pupil operates within their learning sweet spot. Not too easy, not too hard, just the right level of challenge to foster growth and confidence. Think about the impact of society on teaching. Pupils arrive with experiences shaped by technology, media, family dynamics, and cultural diversity. Parental expectations are higher, mental health awareness has increased, and curriculum demands have evolved. All of this influences how teachers plan lessons, manage behavior, and assess learning. It's a complex, dynamic landscape that requires resilience, adaptability, and creativity. Yet despite these challenges, the rewards are immense. Teachers witness growth, resilience, and discovery every day. They nurture critical thinking, problem-solving, empathy, and collaboration, skills that prepare pupils for life beyond the classroom. Societal change has made teaching more complex, but it has also enriched learning, providing pupils with opportunities that didn't exist 20 years ago. As we reflect on the past 2 decades, it's clear that teachers' adaptability and professionalism have never been more important. They integrate digital tools, manage diverse classrooms, support well-being, and respond to societal pressures with skill and dedication. Every lesson is a balancing act, balancing challenge and support, independence and guidance, engagement and curriculum goals. For schools and educators, acknowledging the societal factors at play is critical. Planning, collaboration, professional development, and reflection are essential. Teachers who understand and respond to these influences create environments where pupils thrive academically, socially, and emotionally. And when teachers are supported by colleagues, leadership, and systems that value well-being, they can continue to meet these societal demands with energy and purpose. We also want to take a moment to highlight opportunities for connecting with our podcast community. If you're an educational company and would like to advertise with us or sponsor a future episode of the Inspiring Welsh Schools podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Partnering with us is a great way to connect with schools and teachers across Wales, and to showcase how your work supports education. You can get in touch directly by emailing us at inspiringwelshschools@gmail.com. Finally, thank you for joining us on this episode. Remember, teaching in today's society is challenging, dynamic, and immensely rewarding. Every teacher contributes to shaping resilient, independent, and capable young people. Reflect on your experiences, celebrate your successes, and continue adapting to the ever-changing landscape of education. Tune in next time for another episode of the Inspiring Welsh Schools podcast. We'll continue exploring the realities, strategies, and insights that help teachers navigate classrooms, support pupils, and thrive in an evolving educational landscape. Until then, keep inspiring, keep reflecting, and keep shaping the future.